Welcome to Castilla. I think I got that right. Developed by Maldita and Greiser87. Apologies if I have said those wrong. I am British and therefore reserve the right to butcher anything that is indeed not English. We have a action-adventure indie title this time around, which I acquired very recently due to Humble Bundle Monthly. I shall be covering a lot of Humble stuff in future. No other reason other than I get a bunch of games every month on the cheap. So it's a good platform to check out all of these different games. Okay, so what is Cursed Castilla? Well, as you can likely see from the game footage you are seeing here, you may get a ghosts and goblins, ghouls and ghosts, whatever name you prefer to really call it, vibe to it. It's that same arcade style of platform back from the 80s. And you know what? It's as bloody difficult to get through as those older games you play on too. Controls are simple and responsive. I try with both a Xbox 360 pad and with keyboard. There's no mouse required here, so don't even go there. I never encountered any of the control issues some people have reported. It felt really good to me actually, to be quite honest. It actually felt better though on a keyboard, which I find rather unusual with platformers, as they usually feel a lot more streamlined on a gamepad. So you have a retro feeling arcade scrolling shooter that feels like it's from the 80s, but released back in October 2016. And to be quite honest, it's bloody well done. Everything about it feels retro. Well, at least nearly everything. Upon closing the game via choice, it did, for some reason, lock my Steam library completely up. I had to kill the whole Steam process and reopen it to make it kick back into life, which is odd. No other game has done this to me. This one does it quite often though. It's not all the time, but it is quite a random occurrence, I guess, really. That's the only minor issue I've had with this one though. The music sounds great and fits so well. You would swear you were playing something from a couple of generations ago. What I did not know was that Maldita is actually a Spanish indie dev who has been churning out these games for quite a while now. And you know what? They've all been free up until this moment. I won't talk too much about his work here, but I will throw a link down there, as I usually do, to his website for you to check out. It's definitely worth checking out too. There's a large library of freeware games he has built there that you can check out. This game is an excellent tribute to the old Ghosts and Goblins series, and dare I say, if not actually perfected upon. While the game itself is difficult to push through, you will easily get your money's worth here with how challenging it actually is. It's a tough but fair game that will test your reaction times. Things don't exactly kill you off screen. You always see it coming. Most of the time, I die due to just not being quick enough. Slowly but surely you learn boss patterns, and this is complemented by the continue system. Sure, you will probably die a ton, but you seem to have unlimited continues, which grant you a handful of lives each time. So no doubt if you are like me, and you die a lot in these games because you're terrible at platformers, you can keep on chipping away at it, knowing that you only have to start over completely if you actually want to do so. It comes with a handful of Steam achievements too, none of which I have unlocked yet, with like 6 hours of gameplay. So that will keep you busy, I would guess. Also a few Steam cards, which is always a welcome addition to OCD collectors like myself. So the pricing. It's a rather respectable £8.99 on Steam. Or you can play a free version, and it is a somewhat easier version of the game too, I'll add, which you can acquire via the dev's website. The paid version on Steam is a remaster though, and knowing that this dev does all this for basically free, and the sheer quality of the product, it never hurts to support the developer. It really doesn't, especially in this case. Links are going down there in the description to, as I said before, the dev's website and to the Steam storefront. I look forward to seeing what else Maldita can produce in the future. He's a very talented guy, I've got to give him that. And I only yelled profanity maybe 20 times while playing this in 6 hours. Well, at least so far. I'll see you next time.